Um, I think I think in Denmark there has been like a big change over the last years, and yeah, I think there's a scene around a venue called Mayhem that is a very like sort of punk and DIY and very interesting and very different from what was happening in Copenhagen 10 years ago. And I think that's a really inspiring scene, and a lot of good stuff is coming out of there. And I mean, there's a lot of it's funny because Denmark is such a small country that it seems like people also tend to go out of there, and people that are ambitious with the music, they also want to target it to different countries. So it's like there's almost like two different genres of the music that is very Danish targeted to Denmark, or the music that wants from the beginning to reach abroad.
Yeah.
And I think the later part is quite more interesting. And yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's interesting to hear as well. I didn't know about this Mayhem.
No, okay, yeah,
I know about the Ice Age.
Yeah, Ice Age
probably came from there. Yeah.
That's the. I mean, that's way too. I mean, they started there, and now they're way too like
big for them. Yeah, exactly.
Because it's just like a little room with a super DIY little PA, but it's like raw energy and.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
and I think like the thing that inspires me mostly in Finnish music, even talking about music today, but in general, is all those or that sort of certain rawness and certain kind of I don't know. I mean, certain punkness of stuff, whether it's avant-garde or some like kind of twisted pop music. You should film that for a while. That looks great. That's how I would describe Finnish music. You're trying to fit a board like that out of a door, and some people who manage to do it and manage to take their crazy shit to the world, it usually gets recognized in the world. Like there's a lot of great bands and artists who I really appreciate, like Pansonic and Jimmy Tenor and this Teksti TV 666 666, this kind of punky band. Huh?
Kimmo Pohjonen.
Sorry, which one?
Kimmo Pohjonen.
Kimmo Pohjonen, exactly, yeah. All these guys, these figures, they sort of like, I mean, people know them in Finland, but they are not like the kings of the scene in Finland, but they're really sort of considered as these kind of certain pioneers or really inspiring people abroad. And I've realized it more and more when I've been outside of Finland that those guys actually make stuff that, as an example, that has the sound of Finland to me. And it's not only about, I mean, you sometimes reflect all this sort of Finnish thing to certain foresty stuff and more kind of like, I don't know, calm things. But it's pretty, also there's a lot of dark and sort of this sort of thing, that energy that wants to burst out, because people also hold things inside. So I think it is interesting when something really comes out musically. And maybe this wasn't the best answer to your question, what I really like about music in Finland now, but I'm just saying that I feel that this energy and urgency of this kind of rawness is coming back because there's so much shit out there musically.
Okay.
In the Finnish national scene, for example, the pop things and so on.